Back for another day with the UK invading the USA with 2 freaking nukes. Hey, what's the crack, dude? It's Enoch. Thank you guys so much for the likes, subscriptions. It's been freaking insane, dude. I can't elaborate enough how much it means to me that you guys would help me out in this journey, discovering more about your people, discovering more about my people. Just thankful. This one is recommended also by John's Tunes, dude. He said, hey, let's react to when Britain nuked America twice. Let's get started, dude. Mark Felton Productions presents When Britain Nuked America Twice. All right. I've never heard anything about this, so we'll see what's going on. Was that a Vulcan?
In the 1960s, Great Britain nuked the United States not once, but twice.
In the 60s?
Fortunately for all concerned, the attacks were only training exercises.
So okay.
Were these attacks that they were hidden from the American public for about 50 years?
The 60s America got caught with their pants down. Okay, we did a lot of exercises in the Air Force. A lot of exercises in the Air Force. And we worked with Canada, the Royal Air Force. We worked with Poland. Worked with a lot of, we call them demos, when we get up there and just pretend like we're shooting each other. It's like playing, I don't know, cops and robbers when you're a kid, but with millions and millions of dollars of equipment.
As well as being strenuously denied to the American press for decades. As far as America was concerned, its defenses were 99% effective. But in simulated attacks, Royal Air Force bombers managed to penetrate US airspace to launch nuclear attacks on New York City and several other important urban centers. Before I tell you how, a word from our sponsor.
Oh.
This episode is brought to you by CuriosityStream.
Not my sponsor.
How did the British manage to penetrate the world's most heavily defended airspace? The answer is surprisingly simple and consists of 2 words. Avro Vulcan.
Vulcan? 1950s, right? It was like this was like the big bird. Like, this thing could fly so high. Before, like, obviously, you know, America's bombers came out. We got, you know, B-1 and the Blackbird. The Blackbird's like it's pretty much in space. It's freaking ridiculous.
The Vulcan first flew in 1952. The team that created it, led by Roy Chadwick, who had designed the famous Lancaster heavy bomber of World War II. A jet-powered, tailless, delta-wing, high-altitude strategic bomber, the Vulcan was the backbone of Britain's nuclear airborne deterrent during most of the Cold War.
Okay, yeah,
1956 until retirement in 1984. This is the story of Exercise Sky Shield, when Britain nuked its closest ally, exposing how the Soviet Union could have done the same for real. In 1960, the United States decided to run the largest test of its air defenses in history.
Smart.
Exercise Sky Shield 1 occurred on the 10th of September 1960, and all commercial air traffic over the US and Canada was grounded, amounting to 1,000 US commercial flights and 700 general aviation aircraft, plus a further 31 foreign flights due to land.
Dang, dude. Holy crap.
Strategic Air Command.
They shut down so much to make this happen.
Strato Fortresses and B-47 Strato jets to simulate a massive Soviet nuclear bomber force approaching North America from north and south. 360 US interceptor aircraft stood ready to defeat these enemy aircraft, which numbered 310. Among those 310 aircraft were 8 Royal Air Force Vulcan B-2 nuclear bombers. A flight of 4 flew from Scotland, while the other 4 launched from the British territory of Bermuda in the Atlantic Ocean.
So we got 8 Vulcans.
The
Got
American
it.
plan was to detect these enemy bombers by radar and other early warning systems. Then they would be intercepted and destroyed in simulated attacks by US jet fighters and missile batteries.
So the America is expecting when they fly in, we'll catch them on the radar. boom, boom, bang, and then we tell our fighters, whoever's up in the air around that region, hey, go intercept them, simulate, take them out, which means don't really shoot them. They're probably got inert rounds, just nothing real. And then when they can confirm, hey, I got the kill, they report back to air command, hey, we got the kill, and that bird should leave or come back down for water.
The attacking bombers split their attacks between high and low altitude. The defending fighters did very well against the stratojets and stratofortresses, intercepting many of them. But the Vulcans proved more elusive opponents. The Vulcan flew at the highest altitude of the simulated Soviet bombers, cruising at 56,000 feet.
Yeah, dude.
One was successfully
that's high up there. For the 60s, man.
Bay, Labrador, by a United States Air
That's
Force
good engineering in the
F-101
in the 60s.
But the other 7 Vulcans all managed to penetrate American airspace to launch simulated bombing attacks on US cities. They then turned around and landed at Stephenville, Newfoundland. The question was, how had the Vulcan managed it? The answer was their highly advanced electronic countermeasures systems and the Vulcan's amazing maneuverability.
Okay.
For example, the flight of 4 aircraft that approached from Bermuda were successful because 3 of them put up a wall of electronic interference that prevented interception, while the 4th Vulcan carried out a simulated nuclear strike.
So they jammed
this
it.
Was all rather embarrassing for Strategic Air Command, which quickly buried all stories about British bombers having nuked US targets and confidently assured the American public that US air defenses were, as I said, 99% effective.
All right. Wouldn't you? Come on. I'll just talk about the elephant in the room. Wouldn't you want your people, your nation to know, okay, yeah, no, we're good? Or would you rather tell them, hey, our friends came over to simulate a battle and they could have took out New York or Chicago or Los Angeles or Atlanta. You know what I mean? Like, so you keep that thing under wraps, you freaking fix it, and then you don't mention it ever happened, ever. Okay? Makes total sense. I get that.
However, the following year, the Americans invited the RAF to take part in Exercise Sky Shield 2.
Oh, another one.
The USAF was determined to show that the Vulcan's previous success was only a fluke, a one-time only event. Sky Shield 2, which occurred on the 14th of August 1961, was an even bigger event than the first one. It caused 2,900 US and Canadian flights to be grounded, affecting 125,000 commercial passengers.
Here we go again, dude.
During the exercise,
dang, dude.
125 US and British bombers would be pitted against 1,800 fighters and 250 missile sites, and over 200,000 Air Force personnel from the US and Canada.
Look at this old footage, dude. It's like watching Abbott and Costello, dude.
Ready now. Brace up hard here. Come up.
Look at that thing leave the ground, bro.
Again, 8 Vulcan B-2s participated.
Oh, 8.
Split again into
They brought
2
back the
flights.
lucky number. Let's
One
go.
attacking on the northern route from RAF Lossiemouth in Scotland via Canada, and the other 4 aircraft on a southerly route from Kindley Air Force Base, Bermuda. The B-47 Stratojets simulated
Look at that pretty
Soviet
bird,
bombers.
man.
The B-52s would attack between 35,000 and 42,000 feet, while the Vulcans again operated at the highest
50
altitude,
plus.
56,000 feet.
Yes, dude. It's up there.
At the massive NORAD, or North American Air Defense Bunker at Colorado Springs, the U.S. top brass was joined by the RAF's Air Marshal Sir Kenneth Cross of Bomber Command.
Look at that
and Sir Wallace
uniform
Kyle,
and that web belt.
the
Look at the
RAF
web belt.
Training Command,
Whoa.
to monitor the
This is some
exercise.
old stuff, man.
Just before 2 p.m., U.S. interceptors pounced on the B-52s, approaching at the mid to high altitude level. The Vulcans also came in from the north, and again, due to the Vulcans' high-tech jamming equipment, only one was shot down by an F-101 Voodoo fighter. In fact, large numbers of US fighters were scrambled, but they concentrated almost exclusively on the B-52s. When the Vulcans came over, the interceptors did not have sufficient fuel remaining to climb to 56,000 feet plus and engage them. The surviving 3 Vulcans conducted their attacks successfully, turned around and landed at Stephenville, Newfoundland. The southern attack force of 4 Vulcans from Bermuda reached a position 50 miles off the US coast before fighters were scrambled to intercept.
Okay,
Again,
50
3 of the
miles.
Vulcans unleashed an
That's a little
electronic
close,
jamming
don't you
stream
think?
that kept the attacking F-102 Delta daggers busy, while the 4th aircraft crept round to the north and sneaked through.
Uh-oh.
This Vulcan proceeded to land at Plattsburgh Air Force Base in New York.
Oh,
If this had
God.
been a real attack,
It got through New
New
York.
City could have been reduced to a smoking, irradiated hole in the ground.
That'd be a big hole. That's a big city. That's a lot of people. Even for them, I'm sure.
Many of the Stratojets and Stratofortresses had also managed to evade interception and launched simulated nuclear attacks, but not at the kind of success rate that the Vulcans enjoyed. In 2 massive exercises of 8 Vulcans that attacked on each occasion, 7 had got through to their targets, an astounding
Wow.
survival rate against the huge might
That's
of the US air
huge.
defenses. The Vulcans showed that with the right aircraft, America could be laid wide open to a nation-ending assault, something which the Soviet Union would have been very interested in. Fortunately for all concerned, the relationship between Britain and the United States never changed from special to decidedly antagonistic, and the Vulcans never came in anger. The American government
That's
also
good.
tried to make damn sure that nobody ever found out about the Vulcans nuking American cities. The US Air Force was very quick to deny rumors that RAF planes had once again successfully penetrated US airspace.
Well, yeah, duh. You
In
think,
fact,
dude?
the US government went so far as to classify all references to Vulcans included in the Sky Shield exercises. After all, if the RAF could practice nuke New York City, Washington, D.C., and even Chicago, the Soviets could do.
Bro, you don't, that's what you do. You don't tell them. I mean, what the frick are the people gonna do if they find out, hey, we can be nuked by someone? You think Jimmy Bob over there in the farm is gonna go to his little barn and build a better jet? I don't think so, dude. You just don't tell anybody.
the
You all
same
gonna go on
if
vacation
you
together?
develop an aircraft
You going on a
as big as the
holiday,
Vulcan.
dude?
As far as Strategic Air Command was concerned, the Vulcan episodes had never happened, and the US was well protected, and that protection, as I said, 99% effective. The Vulcans' successful attacks on America were only fully declassified in 1997, long after the Vulcan had left British service.
Oh, dang, dude. Look at this. So what I did in the United States Air Force, I was the egress aircrew system. That's what I did. So I worked on the ejection seats. This is a bomber, obviously, because it's the Vulcan, the 1950s Vulcan. And these seats do not eject upwards. They have a hatch down low. And right here, you see the ballistic, right here, the ballistic hose for gas pressure, set off some initiators. And then you have the O2 bottle to keep the pilot breathing, even though he might be fainted out. What the Royal Air Force did for us, 2 years, 1960 and 61, may be the greatest thing that has ever happened to us. So the guy said, they were invited back for Sword and Shield 2 or whatever the name of it is. And because they said it was just a fluke. I don't know if they said it was a fluke or if they didn't say it was a fluke. I personally, if it was me, I definitely would invite you guys back. Like, hey, dude, we think we fixed it. Could you come back and try it out? Because we need it fixed now. So that's huge. I appreciate the Royal Air Force so much. And I've met quite a few. So I appreciate the frick out of you guys. Freaking insane. Nah, this is great. This is really cool history. These simulations happen all the time within their own nations, flight tests, other nations going at it. We do something in the Air Force all the time called demos, and we have all sorts of different types of exercises to be ready, and nothing helped us out more than this, I'm sure, because obviously now we have the Blackbird, which is the most insane bird ever. We've got you know all sorts of fighters. We've got different systems on our aircraft that allow us to locate through jamming. And I bet you this is where it started. Thank you guys for another video. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Let me know what video you want to see next, and I will get on it. I got to go change some diapers first.